Here it is, guys. I'm here on Thursday. Here is our massive venue in Bangkok that we're going to run this epic event at. I'll take you through. Be a little tour. Come inside the studio cafe. It's a good little cafe there. I recommend the blueberry soda. It's so good. And then that'll be our tanning room backstage. And then come through here. There's like a little chill out area for people. And then the venue is upstairs. So finished my meeting before and yeah, all went well. You know, maybe some things coming in the near future, but that's kind of outside of bodybuilding, let's say. But couldn't really give away too much. But there, let me show you inside the venue hall. It's a very big venue, but I think we're just about going to fill it out. As you walk in, we've got a big TV screen there showing our previous shows. We've got monitors on the wall. And you come in, we've got a massive theatre. Huge theatre. So well excited for this. It's going to be one hell of an event. Maybe about 175 athletes, 8 judges. I'm guessing maybe 500 spectators, hopefully we can end up with. It'll be quite good. Here's what it looks like on stage. So it's almost like a coliseum. So the athletes are going to have one hell of an experience, which I'm really excited for. And I'm going to begin setting up, so see you soon. Sweating bullets now. Just finished setting up on this Thursday, so I mean, not everything, but it's got me ahead so that I'm not rushing on come show day. So I've got to come back here on Saturday, and we're going to do the check-in, and all the athletes are going to be here. It's going to be pretty hectic. You know, we've got tanning, we've got everything going on with that, and then we'll do the check-in. We'll get that complete, and then we probably stay up again till about 1 a.m. in the morning with my staff, and then we have to like make the sheet and get everything prepared for tomorrow. So maybe we'll be up to about 1 or 2 a.m. that night. And then we're going to be up at like 5 a.m. because we're going to commence top coat tanning at 6 a.m. So let's see how everything pans out. You know, like I said, I think we've got about 25 staff for this show, so it's good. I've got a full-time staff that works for me who's fantastic, that's been working for me for a bit over 2 years now. So she knows a lot of the systems. So I've sort of given her quite a lot of responsibility, and sometimes I can be a bit of a control freak. So I get a bit, I have to make sure things are done right. And so it's very difficult for me to trust other people. But now that she's been with me for quite a while, I have a lot more trust in her, and I can put a lot more faith in her to sort of step up and take some roles off me, which then frees me up to do a lot more important roles, which is like growing and scaling what we're doing to a higher level. So, you know, that's really the importance, is sometimes like I've got to be able to trust other people, but I've got to know deep down 10 times over that that person's capable for the job, and now she's proved that to me, so I can give her some more responsibilities, which is good for her because then she can progress more, learn more, and she can also benefit and make more money from that. And so now I'm going to head back to my hotel. I've got a little bit of printing to do for the show. I've still got a couple of check-ins to finish, ones that came in late, and then I'm going to go to gym and I'm going to train. So excited for that, and hopefully I've got time to get a massage. That would be ideal. Oh my God, I need a massage so bad. Because when the shows are on, I don't sleep a lot. Because I always end up waking up at like 5 a.m. like, oh, am I late? Where's my alarm? Like I have this like freakish like thing around when shows are on. And it sort of goes even after the shows. Like, you know, at least for a month after a show, I still can't sleep properly. I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning like this, like, oh my God, have I forgotten something? Like, so I mean, it's not a bad thing because I love urgency. I love to live in making sure I'm being proactive rather than reactive. So, yeah, that's about it. I could rant for a little while longer, but let's get back to the hotel, do a bit more work, then I'll go gym.
Friday, and I'm heading to the free posing seminar that we're doing. We're putting on a free posing seminar for all the athletes that are competing at the show. I think there's about 25 registered for the free posing seminar, which is a good number. And yeah, really excited to see everyone. And it's a good opportunity for people to get their final instructions from some of the judges of the show. Because people that come to this, they're going to be more prepared because they're going to know what to expect. They're going to know exactly how to pose. So they're kind of getting a little bit of a, I don't know, cheat code in a way. So guys, make sure you take advantage of these things. Like, we put them on for free. You know, the judges, they're giving their time. You've got some of the biggest experts in your field, you know, doing these posing seminars for you. It doesn't cost a thing. You've just got to make sure you're there. Turn up with your trunks or your heels or your shorts and be ready to, you know, get the final touches to your presentation and posing.
All right, guys, here we are at Heart Rate Fitness. Plenty of awards from the boss man here. That's really cool. That's a little statue. Supporting PCA. Thank you so much.
Can't live without Pure Prep. Pure Prep Phuket, Pure Prep Bangkok on the website. Use discount code PCA10.
So guys, I've just woken up. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting tough now. You know, managing what we're doing, always a lot of problems will arise, and it's my job to procure the solution for what we're gonna do moving forward. And you know, problems arise last minute when you've already prepared. It's very difficult to get the solution. So there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of stress. I don't actually recall sleeping last night. And today is Saturday. Today is check-in day. Spent most of last night finishing off paperwork and financing and other bits and pieces. And my mind just, it's not stopping. And I just can't put my head down. And what will happen is sort of, I'll get a little bit like drifting away into sleep, and then I'll be like, got to do this, and then I got to write something down. We need to do that. Can't miss that. Like every detail, you know. And look, if it's a smaller show, it can be all right. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty chilled. But the busier it gets, and the more orders that are coming in, especially last minute, everyone likes to register and try to purchase things last minute, and you know, we're processing orders and trying to cross the T's and dot the I's, if that's what you say. But yeah, it's getting tough now, and I don't recall sleeping last night.
I drifted off a few times, but then I had to wake up to write something down because the mind just doesn't stop. And then today we've got check-in. So I'm going to go there. It's like 8 a.m. now. I've had breakfast and I'm going to shower now. And then I'm going to head to the venue because I need to start setting up for check-in, which is like height check, check-in table, apparel, interview setup. And we've got all the staff coming for that. Tanning. I don't really do a lot of the tanning setup, but I'll just make sure everything's there. I'll leave the tanners for that. But yeah, I'm going to go set that up. And then I've got to meet the DJ to set them up. And then we've got a wild day at check-in. So yeah, trying to keep it as positive and trying to do a bit of meditation this morning to clear my mind. And I got this, man. Like I was put in this position as someone that's able to handle these situations. So I'm going to do that to the best of my ability, better than anyone possibly could. But yeah, just wanted to get that off my chest. That things are getting hard, you know. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of stress. I'll do my very best, and I know that we're going to smash it.
Just had to throw in a little voiceover here because there's some copyrighted music. But we're just setting up for check-in. Just before the athletes are arriving, tanning, interviews, height check, all the works to make everything work well, and then I'll show you the show highlights, so be ready for that.
spread. Ballet quarter turn to your right. Quarter last but not least, most muscular. Thank you, gentlemen. 9-6, please switch. From the side with your left hand behind your head, please. From the side with your left hand behind your head.
To cap off the show and how things went, I'm just going to give a fully open and transparent sort of insight as much as possible. You know, I don't want to just say everything was sunshine and rainbows and it was amazing. It was amazing, but you know, on the internal, there was a few hiccups that came along the way, and just know that we did our very best. And I think we did a fantastic job, and I think that a lot of the supporters that were there understood our position, and they were very, everyone was very helpful and understanding, which was great. I didn't hear of anyone sort of getting angry or kicking off. I do believe everyone there had a great time, and to me that's the most important thing, and they had a great time and they felt safe as well. You know, I hired a PSO, so a personal security officer, for the show, and he was great, and he came in, he full bodyguard outfit, and I just wanted people to feel safe. Like I mean, it can be quite intimidating for some of the athletes, and they bring their mum and dad. You know, they're a bit older, you know, they're in a really young, you know, high testosterone environment. I want them to feel safe. So it was good that we had a security guard there, and he was very good. We had about 25 staff. We had an issue where one of the spectator staff's flight got delayed in the morning, and they ended up about 30 minutes late. You know, they sort of turned up as the show was already started, which sort of put our other spectator staff under pressure, where because she hadn't been trained up to handle it from the front, but she handled it really well, really positively. She didn't stress out, so that was good. And you know, while the show started, spectators were still kind of lining up to get in, and that wasn't ideal, but I did see that everyone came together and helped and understood our position. So I thank everyone for that. Another part of the reason we were behind is, you know, I had someone that I trained up to be a tanner, and they decided the night before that they were sick when they weren't, because they were out for dinner on their Instagram having parties with their friends. So I blame myself for that, not that person, because I put my trust in that person when I shouldn't have, and I should know better. So I take full responsibility for that, which then put our tanning team under a lot of pressure, because we were a tanner down, and then I had to use my main staff, who was meant to be controlling everything, as a tanner. So then that put us out for having someone in control of everything else. And she was under a lot of pressure. We were all under a lot of pressure, to be honest, to perform. You know, we had so many people come to the show. I think in the end there was about 600 spectators, which is massive. 150 athletes, I believe. 600 spectators. You know, I remember just looking up behind me, and like it goes like a coliseum, and I just turned around and looked up behind me at one stage, and I thought, fuck me, this place is gonna erupt. And the atmosphere was special. Like the audience, they get into it. You know, our music, the production that we put on isn't boring like most bodybuilding shows. It's very, very entertaining. So that sort of got everyone fired up. And so, although it was a slow start because we were so far behind with a couple of people sort of letting us down, it all came together in the end. And that's the thing that's really important to me, is I have to understand, I have to know that all of the staff that I work with, and myself included, we're a team, and I can't have anyone that's got an ego, because I've had it before. People have an ego and they think that they're more important than the show. Nobody is more important than the greater good of the show. Not me, not anyone. So it's hard managing, it's hard getting a good team. I do have some really good people, I really do. I think that
the people that have come and gone, it's like they just thought that they were bigger than the show. And it's funny because now we've gotten a lot bigger, they realized that they weren't. And they thought in the beginning that, you know, I'm too good for this and all this sort of stuff. And we give them a great opportunity, and they just don't see it because everyone wants the short. You know, no one sees the long game. But if you stick this out for a long time and you do a good job and you're a good team member, that's where it's really going to pay off for yourself. So that's sort of the back rundown of that. But this show itself, we started on time. It went very well. We ended up about an hour behind schedule, which isn't massive because it was 2 shows in one day. It is what it is. I try our best to be on time, but to be honest, as you all know, for bodybuilding shows, an hour behind schedule is like ahead of time. But for me, it's not good enough. We have to be better, to be honest. And it all comes down to my leadership. We had 25 staff. If something happens to one of those staff, it's on me. It's all about I take all the weight on my shoulders because I have to. I can't be playing the blame game for others, you know. Like I said about the staff that decided last minute that she was sick. That was my fault, not hers, my fault. I shouldn't have put my trust in her. So now I know better. And the team that we've got at the moment, I think, is really good. No one thinks they're better than the show. Everyone puts the greater good of the show. And if anyone needs help in certain aspects, they don't do like, oh, it's not my job. We're there to help each other. And that's what makes it work, okay? And if guys are and if our team's gonna stick around and grow with the show and what we're creating, that's where the payoff's gonna come. So I just hope that the team that we've got will be patient and continue, because it's not like I'm just gonna cut them off and replace them. They're all fantastic in their own rights. And so it all depends, you know, if they can understand that there's a greater good in what they're doing, and this is a huge career move for them in a field that they absolutely love. Well, you know, if they can see that, it's really gonna pay off for them. So the show was wild, the atmosphere was great. Thank you to all the spectators and athletes, and everyone had a big smile on their face. It was really hot. It was a really hot day, one of the hottest days of the year. You know, I was sitting there dripping in sweat. I'm sure people in the audience could see my back, just like all day I was just dripping in sweat. You know, there was plenty of air cons, plenty of fans, but you know, having 500-600 people in a room, and you know, it was hard. So we did really well. So yeah, that's pretty much the show recap of how it went on the outside and on the inside. But we got through it, we got it done. And so I'm really proud of everyone. It was a hard job for us. It was really hard. But I think the staff was so good that they made it they made it so they showed that it was okay. You know what I mean? And that's important, because we, as the leaders of the show, we have to make it look like everything is okay, even if it's not, because that way everyone else has a good experience. And it's the people that come to the show that are the most important people, that we want to ensure they have a good experience. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, if you watched this video, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks for coming along for this video.